Yeah, so it's a guy I've known since high school, and I didn't know he was a believer until I ran into him in the at the holiday season this last Christmas, and we talked a little bit, and then I shared some experiences I'd had with this ministry, and just getting back into the Word and back into the Scriptures, and back walking with God, and he had had the same experiences actually before I did, and so it's been an interesting couple weeks because he left Los Angeles and came here because his parents are from here, and he stayed with his parents for a couple weeks, and he was sort of transitioning out of his life at LA. And
Did he have these experiences in LA with the Lord?
yeah, so I think he just saw kind of that the ways of the world were not what they seemed to be.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. His eyes kind of opened.
Yeah, and it was really encouraging when I talked to him about that, because I think it sort of opened my eyes to the fact that it can really help us to see people that we've known in a past chapter of our lives, see them again, and see them in a way that that pleases God, I guess. Because when you see, a lot of times you run into people you used to know, and they'll be doing worse, or they'll be spiritually kind of in a dark place or emotionally in a dark place, and it can be a great encouragement to see people that you used to know doing better, and even you realize you're walking the same path, and you had no idea that this person would ever get there, or that you would be there, and that you would both be there together.
How long have you known this guy?
Probably since when I was in 10th grade, so 2006, so like 15 years.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Is he a different person?
Yeah, I mean he's the same old guy. He's got a big heart and everything, but yeah, he is more peaceful. You feel a peace around him that I never used to feel.
So what happens next? I mean, I know you guys have been fellowshipping since he's been back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is that kind of been a changing thing for you?
Yeah, it has, because so he's going to Phoenix. Actually, he's headed there today, and he just feels that the Lord's telling him to move to a new place and try and build a life for himself elsewhere, where he knows a few people, but he doesn't have any family there or anything. And I think, I was sort of, I would love it if he stayed here, but at the same time, he needs to do whatever's God's putting on his heart. But in a way, it's good that he's moving on, because it really allowed me to take advantage of these couple weeks I had with him, and just use it the best way I could to gain encouragement and try and encourage him. So it was like we were building each other up for a couple weeks, and now he's moving on to a new adventure. And I think it's really changed both of us, because I'm sort of looking to what the next chapter of my life is going to be. Am I going to stay in this area? What am I going to do for work? All these questions about the future. And it's like, even though I'm not moving anywhere or changing jobs right now, it feels like it is a transition period for me too. Just sort of going on that journey with him, as just by talking to him about it,
Yeah. So do you think it's important to change your surroundings? I mean, what do you think about that?
That's a great question, because this whole experience with hanging out with him definitely got me thinking about that again, because there have been times where I felt like I needed to move cities, or just kind of start over from scratch, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I think there really is a great power in that, and I think that will be for me at some point. But I'm really glad I was here when he was here. So it's like, whatever God has in store for me, I think he's going to help me resolve certain things while I'm here for as long as I'm here.
Yeah.
And then once those things are resolved, then I'll be able to leave this area without any weight on my shoulders.
Yeah.
So I'll be unburdened before I go, and I won't carry all that stuff with me to wherever I go next.
Because there seems to be when you disconnect from your surroundings, what's familiar can sometimes draw you back into things that you don't want to do.
Yes.
Because you're in familiar surroundings. And that's a lot of that, is a maturity, that you just have to gain. It's not something that you can just happen. I mean, some people actually need that help. They can't be in the same place with the same people because they know where they'll end up if they hang out with those same people or in that same area. It just kind of brings memories of the past. Do you find that to be true?
Yeah, because I'm living in the house I grew up in, and that's been something I've been thinking about too, is because I know I have memories in that house that were not so great, and just living in the city I grew up in, there's a lot of memories in the city, and I think God's given me the strength to not be weighed down by that as much as I was, and I think he's going to continue working that way.
Yeah. When you get all the strength that you need, especially when you're forced by circumstances to stay in your place, then no matter where you go, you'll have that strength even stronger than you thought before.
Yeah, I think that's definitely going to be the case. And
cool. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to add?
Yeah, just if any of you out there are thinking of contacting someone you used to know, or if you're ever blessed to come across someone that you used to know, don't be afraid to tell them about your walk with God. Even if they aren't as receptive as you'd like them to be, it could turn into what this turned into with me and my friends. Is just, I think we were never like best friends or anything, but I think we're going to have a lifelong friendship now because we just shared what we were going through, and now we're kind of walking the same path. So I just want to emphasize what a blessing it is to come across someone you used to know and get to know them better and see that change in them and see the change in yourself too. So other than that,
now you're connected in Christ.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Best type of connection.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for coming in and sharing your heart.
Yeah. Thank you.